Okay, so yesterday, yeah, the update we brought on this particular platform about the whole Igbo king brouhaha. Menuka say, there's a new update abekayensa. Because new updates now by abekayensa, it is so simple. What we are learning now is that Igbo king patch say, nano okominsha palace amount for so anka it is okwachi Otumfour ya man ho kwan no. According to him, no Otumfour ono di kan a friend no. Now also no with Otumfour the kind I invited the previously. Amana kwa kwacha Otumfour. Many will say there's a video evidence about Betuja because Black Rasta so Eden no ho abeshen seminimu. I just will explain say Igbo king no sisi ano patch say yes he be banning the power room ha. He won't go down alone. Anyway, straight young kwasha in sema Black Rasta Eddie Tuja eba yebeto aso.
Igbo king. I was officially invited by Otumfour for funeral. My brother, it's all over the internet, radio and TV in Ghana and beyond, that a certain man who calls himself the Igbo king of Ghana, this man that you see here, His Royal Majesty Chukwudi Jude Ihineto, he's been in Ghana for so many years. He's married to a Ghanaian woman. His children are Ghanaian Nigerian children who all bear Nigerian and Ghanaian names. According to him, it all started in 2012 when his own Igbo people came together and said, it looks like we need a representative aside the Nigerian High Commission, traditionally to represent us. And they chose him as the leader, the chief, the king, the emperor, depending on how you want to refer to him. My brother, my sister, he was only supposed to oversee the interest of Igbos in Ghana. Gradually, their numbers started increasing, and many people came to him from Igbo land to learn about the Ghanaian culture and how to even live in Ghana. My brother, my sister, from 2012, when he was installed as the chief, the emperor, the king of the Igbo people in Ghana, he decided to spread his wings and also go around introducing himself to all the prominent people of this country. My brother, my sister, this is His Royal Majesty Chukwudi Jude Ihineto. He's all the way from Nigeria. Igbo Kweno. And you will hear him say, Zwekweno. This is the man. Now, in 2012, he went all the way to see the Otumfour. And this is him shaking hands with the Otumfour. My brother, my sister, to introduce himself officially to the Otumfour. And there he is, Otumfour and his elders sitting down. This is a photo from 2012. From that time, he's been a friend of the palace, Manshia. He'll go in and out, meet with Otumfour, talk to Otumfour, seek his advice and all that. And they always welcome this gentleman to the Manshia Palace. Many people have come to see him as a man who loves to meet so many different people. Unfortunately, for the so-called Igbo king in Ghana, everything went haywire in 2025 when an old video came out and he purportedly said he was building an Igbo kingdom. They would have their own police, their own soldier, and they would have almost everything in that kingdom, including Igbo food. Many Ghanaians did not go into the story properly. And what did they do? They started hitting the road with demonstrations and even threats to chase out all Igbos from this nation. It took serious effort by the nation, including the President of the Republic, to be able to calm down nerves. Just as the nerves were calming down, Bobo Ulomo also came out. In fact, the spiritual leader of the Ghana state said that My relationship with the Ghana people is known to everybody. But what people don't know is that we are also close to the Nigerian people. It doesn't matter whether they are Igbo or Yoruba. We love the Nigerian people. In fact, we even traced a part of our ancestry to Nigeria. We can't chase out any Nigerian from this country. That was what Bobo Wulomo said. He said, if we are not ready to give the Igbo people some land to build an Igbo village, I, Bobo Wulomo, will do that. My brother, my sister, it created problems all over Ghana. And it looked like Ghanaians, some Ghanaians were beginning to be xenophobic. Oh, Igbos are thieves. Oh, Igbos, they are going around kidnapping people. Oh, they are frosteds. And with that kind of information in their prejudiced minds, every Igbo was a criminal. And for that matter, every Igbo must leave Ghana. Now, the interesting thing is that we have Syrians here who are more powerful than this so-called Igbo king. We have Syrians in this country, Americans in this country. My brother, there are thieves amongst the Americans in this country. There are criminals amongst the Lebanese in this country. And we all remember the shawarma making business that poured pepper on the face of a Ghanaian worker. Do we all remember? My brother, my sister, rape. We've seen Lebanese people rape girls in this country. And we have reported all this. Not only Lebanese, we have Chinese in this country who are doing evil, destroying our land in togetherness with Ghanaians. My brother, my sister, we have Americans who are thieves. Yet, it doesn't look like we are too interested in all these people. We are interested in our own black-skinned people, and we want to chase them out. In the days of Buzia, we all remember how Nigerians were chased out of this country. Aliens Compliance Act. It was an animal that destroyed the cohesion of this country. In fact, it threatened to destroy it forever. Shagari came into power, retaliated, and sent Ghanaians down. My brother, my sister. And what was the reason? Ghana was beginning to be prosperous and felt threatened that Nigerians coming into this country especially were taking over jobs meant for Ghanaians. They were becoming more prosperous and owning property more than Ghanaians. That was the hidden secret. And Buzia, daft as he was, non-Pan-African as he was, chased out all these people. In fact, his spectacle was focused on the Nigerians. Nigerians were chased out of this country. My brother, my sister, a lot of them left their houses behind because they couldn't carry those houses back to Lagos. Their fat bank accounts, the bank stole them. There was only a certain amount of money they could carry away. About 10% of the money, in some cases 20 to 30% of the money, and about 70% of their money and more were swallowed by Ghanaian banks. A lot of Nigerians went back to Lagos and died after a few days. They had worked so hard, following the principle of Kwame Nkrumah, to come and invest in a fellow African country, or better still, a sister African country. When Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown in 1966, and it went all the way from all those criminals, and we now had Buzia coming in. That was what Buzia did. They were undoing everything Kwame Nkrumah did, including the invitation of African countries, brothers and sisters, to come and do business with us. They chased out the Nigerians. When Shagari came into power, Shehu Shagari, he decided that he would pay Ghana back in his own coin. We all remember that Ghana must go back. They chased us out of Nigeria. And Rawlings had to send ships to carry us home. My brother, my sister, we will never forget. We have become so much of friends. We have places in Ghana that are named after Nigerians and even Nigerian areas. We have Lagos Town. We have Agege. When I first came to Accra, there was a place called Agege. These days, I don't hear that. Is it still there? My brother, my sister, we have Lagos Town. What happened to Lagos Town? When you go to Takrady, there's Lagos Town. My brother, my sister, There's no way in Africa you would go and you will not feel the presence of Nigerians. Yet, it looked like we just wanted to give a cat a bad name so we could hang it. The man said he was going to build an Igbo village. But some bloggers decided to turn it around and say he was building a kingdom. All of a sudden, fellow Nigerians came in, rubbished this guy, kicked him out, and he's been quiet from that time. Now, when Nana Konadu Yadum III died, the queen mother of Asante, the sister of the Otumfour Osetutu II, when she died at the age of 98, a few days back, Asante via Manshia decided to invite so many very important people and prominent people to the palace of the Otumfour. In fact, to commiserate, yes, to commiserate with the situation. My brother, my sister, to empathize with the kingdom. Now, one of the people invited was His Royal Majesty Chukwudi Jude Ihineto, the man you see here. All the way from Manshia, they came in and invited him for the 1 week. This was the man who came. Dr. Ajenim Boateng. He is the leader of the Asante Concerned Youth. He was sent all the way from Manshia to come and invite this man. And look at how he was dressed. This is the palace of Chukwudi Jude Ihineto. My brother, my sister. He invited him and he said, okay, I'll give you a response. When the man left, he said, no, I don't want to go. If I go, I don't know what is going to come up next. So he didn't go. Now the main funeral was coming. So many presidents were coming around. And Dr. Ajenim Boateng came again to the palace of Eze. And that's him there, inviting him one more time. Please, the 7 days you didn't come. If you don't come, I'll be angry with you. And he decided that he would go with his entourage to Manshia. And what did he do? The Igbo people in Ghana, solidarizing with him, decided to go there. And there you will see them. In fact, singing and dancing and also displaying their beautiful culture. This is His Royal Majesty Chukwudi Jude Ihineto, with their red hats signifying their Igbo culture. My brother, my sister, they went all the way to Manshia, shook hands with so many people, empathized with the situation, solidarizing with the people of Asante. And then it came to the time for him to meet up with the Otumfour, as many did. My brother, my sister, amidst the shout of Igbo Kweno, Zwekweno, and all that, he went over quietly to the Otumfour. And whilst he was approaching the Otumfour, according to him, in fact, some members of the palace approached him and said the Otumfour shook hands with so many people, and therefore his hand was almost getting numb. For that matter, all other visitors coming up next would just have to bow and walk on the other side without approaching to hold the hand of Otumfour. And we all saw that. Otumfour couldn't shake hands with everybody. Otumfour is not a statue. By tradition, somebody would have to hold his hand, and you will see a linguist holding his hand. His hand became numb. Tens of thousands of people shaking the same hand. So they decided that people approaching him should just bow quietly and then move to the other side. And when Chief Chukwudi Jude Ihineto approached, he took off his hat. And this is what he has done. All this while, anytime he approaches any person of traditional importance in Ghana, he takes off his hat as a sign of respect. He's just a community leader, a chief. You could call him a king or an emperor of the Igbo people from Nigeria. He is not a king in Ghana. He is a chief, a king, an emperor of the Igbo people living in Ghana. That's it, as simple as that. So many people have decided to throw him under the bus and refuse him because of problems that came. But this man has been very instrumental in the Nigerian community in Ghana. And we all know the problems we have in Nigeria when it comes to Biafra. We all know how tribalism is dividing Nigeria into so many pieces. So there are other ethnic groups of Nigeria who are fighting each other in this country. When would Africa...
So that is a Black Rasta in Sema, basically, when will Africa unite? So Black Rasta, he stands for Pan-African, and he's a Pan-Africanist. So Pan-Africanists, they have this mentality, say, all Africans should come together as one. Yes, the United States of America, which is United States of Africa. Now, according to Omono, Ebanisana, countries in a state. Now, back together, sana will be powerful, and that was Kwame Nkrumah's ideology. When to me, I'm materialize, it just a coup d'etat happening with the film. So we'll get back to that.